Bella. Welcome to Bella and Janetto. So glad that you're here with me today. It's good to see everyone. Just trying to pull it up on my computer here so that I can see the chat on YouTube as well. Hope everyone's doing all right today. Everyone have a good weekend. Everyone get some good sleep. Hi, Anvita. Oh, I'm so excited, Rita. I did want to let you know, I don't know what I have, but I did get a notification that I have a package and I'm going tomorrow to pick it up. So I'm hoping that I can see if it's yours. I hope so too. Welcome in, Kay and Michelle J, the Crocheting Dog Mom. It's good to have you here. Thank you so much for coming. I admit I did sleep quite a bit last week. Was it last? I don't know what week it was. I think it was last week. Yeah, last week I slept more than I normally do. Was not doing great. Hi, Angela. Welcome in. Ciao, Bella. How are you? Good to see you. Yeah, I don't know what I had, some sort of cold or something, and it has been really, really hot. Today it got to 107 degrees Fahrenheit here, which is like, I don't know, 40 Celsius or something insane. Really crazy. I think that's 40 Celsius. I don't know, really hot. And I felt so bad for my daughter. She was trying to, she wants to go play outside and she wants to do all these things, and it's really hot outside. But tomorrow we have to go. She has an appointment, and we'll have a lunch date, which I know that she'll appreciate. It's still going to be really hot tomorrow. It's supposed to be like 102 tomorrow, I think. So, I don't know if we'll be outside, because there is a nice little park on base that we can go to, but man, oh man, is it going to be hot tomorrow. And then hopefully by Thursday, we're supposed to be in the 80s, which is still hot, but not nearly as hot as 107. Not nearly as hot as 107. So, did anybody finish anything over the weekend? Did anyone start anything over the weekend? I haven't finished anything. Haven't started anything new. So I've just been exhausted. I am gearing up for my son to be leaving, though. Hey, Perp, welcome in. How are you? How was your weekend? Did you get some rest? Oh, okay. Yuck. Sounds gross. Sorry, you guys. I still have students messaging me. Sorry. Trying to figure out what's going on. I'm so sorry. Okay. Working on flowers to a blanket. Okay. Yes, I am going to be working on some flowers soon, but I can't show them to you because they're going to be for Bridget. So I don't want to show anyone what I'm working on because I don't want Bridget to see it until after I send it to her. Because if you don't know, Queen's Crafts by Bridget, the lovely Bridget, has asked for flowers, crocheted flowers, for her wedding. And she likes lilies specifically. She likes the color pink specifically, but she's not opposed to any flower or flowery color necessarily. She's not a fan of purple, but I mean, if you took the time to send her something, I don't think that she would be opposed to anything that you crafted specifically for her and her special day. So I am going to be working on some items for her that I'm going to send to her. But I haven't started them yet. I need to. Yeah, I haven't started yet. Something's happening. What's happening? Okay, I'm not going to deal with that right now. Okay. What kind of flowers are you making, Rita? What kind are you making? I want to know. Oh. And then we had maintenance guy out to check the electric because it has been going off and on, and something got into the sprinkler system, which I don't have anything to do with that. The landlord, it's all the landlord's thing. But I mean, I do have to let them know that it's not working. See what I'm talking about? I do have to let them know that it's not working. So they came out last week and they needed a new control unit. So then they had to get one of those and bring them out and then come back and do that. So African flower squares. Ooh. Working on a C2C baby blanket for my husband's colleague, but it's very slow going. Yeah. I like C2C. This is actually a C2C blanket. I did it with the Karen anniversary cakes in the chocolate fountain colorway. And it's queen size. It's probably a little bit bigger than a queen size because it kind of hangs over my queen size bed. I don't ever want to use an anniversary cake again. It was really, really rough on my hands. There for a while, I thought I was having an allergic reaction because my finger swelled up so much, and it was just raw. It didn't matter how much lotion I put on it, anything. It was awful on my hand. And I do have pretty tight tension, so that could have been part of it. But I mean, I would take a break, only do it for so many, so much time during the day. Didn't matter. Did not matter. It was horrible. I like C2C though. Like, I like that idea. I also know that the Crazy Poppy Lady has some of her patterns where you do a half double for C2C. So like if you're doing a Grafcan, you do, instead of doing I'm so sorry. Instead of doing double crochet, you do half double. And she has tutorials on her channel too for that and many other things. You should definitely go check her out. She's amazing. But I liked that. I'd never seen that before. I mean, not that it maybe hadn't been done. I have no idea, but I'd never seen it. And then when she was talking about it and she was doing it, I was like, oh, wow. I mean, that'd make it so much smaller. But I mean, if you're doing something like a baby blanket, maybe it doesn't have to be double crochet, right? Because that half double crochet would make it a little bit tighter and there would be even less holes for baby fingers and toes. Just a thought. I do have my 3 in Glasses cowl here. I'm not finished with it. I need to finish it. I'm not finished with it yet. But I have that. If I start working on it, then it's going to be, I mean, I can work on it because I'm at the double crochet part, but I have to constantly go back and check the pattern. I love the shawl, and it's a really beginner friendly pattern. I love it. Because there are not really any complicated stitches. Once you figure out how to do a puff stitch, that would be the only thing that would be, a little frustrating, keeping all those loops on your hook and then having to pull it through. And depending on your yarn, if it's splitty or whatever, that could be frustrating. But the way the pattern is written is it goes back, and I understand why she did it that way. It's just if you don't buy the pattern, or even if you don't print it out from the website, you constantly have to scroll up and down and back and forth to try to find where the rows are. Because after a certain point, she says, starting from this row to this row, repeat these rows. So you have to go all the way back up. And if you stop and you put it down and you forget which one you're on, because I forget which one I'm on. I mean, I have stitch markers, so that helps. But I forget which one I'm on, and then I have to go back and count, and then I have to go back up and go back down and go around. And so that's just, it's a little frustrating for me to do that. And that makes me not want to, do it again. Because I would have to print it out or buy the pattern, which, I mean, buying the pattern isn't necessarily a bad thing, but like I wouldn't, even if I had it printed, I would have to go back and up and just, it's frustrating me. It may not frustrate some people, but it frustrates me. So then I don't want to do it again. But I love the shawl. Like, don't get me wrong. I do love it a lot. I'm not keeping it, gifting it, but I do love it. The idea of it. I love C2C. I'm doing 4 pieces that just increase the joining the straight edge, so it has a zigzag edge. Yeah. But I'm in pain sitting, so I need to keep changing positions. I get that. You can't do it for very long. Can't do it for very long. I completely get that. Yeah, it is. And it's just, for me, it's annoying. Now, like I said, for some people, it may not be so bad. And if you printed it out, you can just flip back and forth, But even in some of the rows, it's like, I'm just throwing out numbers. These aren't like exact things. But if you're doing like row 21 and 22, and then, so after you finish 21, 22 says repeat 21. And then 23 says repeat 19. And then 24 says repeat 21. So it just goes, and then you're having to go back and forth and back and forth and back and forth. And then once you get to, let's say 50, right? Then it says from 50 to 65 is 2 through 30. I'm just making numbers up, right? Then you have to go back all the way back up and find it, and then go this, and then you do those rows, and then it says repeat row 5, and then you have to go up to 5, and then repeat 14 and 15 and 16, and then you have to go down. I just want it to be simple. Well, I'd already started it. Because the first 40-something rows weren't that bad. And then it's when you get into because the shawl is basically one chunk, and then you repeat most of that again. Not all of it, but you repeat most of it again. So then it's like, okay, well, now I have to, but you're not repeating everything. So that's where it gets a little tricky. If it had been me, I know it would have made the pattern longer, but I would have put, repeat row 5, let's just say, and then put that in parentheses, and then put what row 5 is, and then put the new stitch count. But that's just me. That's not anyone having anything else. It's just me. So, I know that there are plenty of people that are finished with it and have loved it and had no problems with that, because it doesn't bother them. And that's what makes everybody different. I can see my reflection in my glasses. It's a little annoying. I gotta sit all the way up here, and I'm already too short. My feet don't touch the ground on my couch. So I have to sit way up here for that screen not to be in my glasses. So I have to sit. And that's like way, way, way straight. Like, it's very uncomfortable straight. Because I'm not, let me see, maybe if I scoot back even further on the couch, maybe that'll help. We'll see. But I'm also sitting on a blanket, which seems crazy because it's hot outside. But this is like a pleather kind of couch. If you can't tell, this way. Which way did he go, George? Which way did he go? Sorry. I just tickled myself. But if I don't put something underneath, then I stick to it, and then it's uncomfortable. How many times should a cat be fed? This holiday cat of mine is starving. Just happy when I add more dry food. I mean, it depends, really. I feed Nero twice a day, but I don't give him big portions. So in the 2 times a day that he gets fed what he should have, which is like a cup and a half of food. Or however many ounces, I forget. But between his can of wet food, and then he has an auto feeder for his dry food, and so that comes out at a certain time. So that's the recommended number of ounces. He's not always happy about it. Like, he always wants more food, but I used to give him two things of wet food because his teeth are not that great, but that messes with his stomach. So I just cut it, and so he gets one in the morning, and then his automatic feeder at nighttime, especially when I go back to work. I may or may not be home at the time that he would normally get fed, and so the auto feeder just, drops it out, and I have a recording of my voice. So it's kind of like I'm feeding him. Just to make sure it stays fills up. The other thing with the cat being so skinny, hopefully they don't have worms, because that can exacerbate the issue. So I can make it worse, because then they're not getting everything. The worms are getting it because the worms are inside. So, and then also if they're a stray cat and they use a lot of energy, he or she may need more food because they're using more energy. Yeah, I can't do that with my cat. He is very food insecure. And so if I leave food out for him, he literally inhales it. I tried to do that, and I had to stop it because he was literally eating himself sick. You put food in front of him and he will eat it, period. And that comes from him being a stray and him not having regular access to food. So he has scheduled times, and he lets me know when those times are. Even though he has an automatic feeder, he lets me know when that time is if I'm home. And I'm like, yes, you're going to get food in 30 minutes or whatever. It's going to come out. It's going to dispense. You'll be fine. Yeah, you would need to talk to them. And in the morning, if it's past his food time and I'm not up, he used to be really, really, really mean about it. Like, he would hurt me. Mean. Like, really, he would really attack me. Not even kidding a little bit. But now he's gotten to where he will just gently, like, hey, lady, feed me. And so I'll, get up, stumble around, get my glasses, whatever, go downstairs, feed him. And then if I need to, come back upstairs or whatever, or make my coffee, he knows his schedule. Now, he does have water all the time. He has water on every floor. And then the one that is with his food is motion censored. So he can just go in and get, and it's a big tank, and it's filtered so that it just goes all the time. And but yeah, he has water on every floor, so there's never an issue there. But I can't leave food out. He will eat himself sick. I wish he wouldn't, but he will. Oh, he is too. He is too. Very, very vocal if he doesn't get his way. I know, I've seen the videos. Yeah. You go there every day around 6 p.m. and feed her. She's waiting for you in the chair. Yeah, that's all. I wish you could snuggle her, Rita. I do. I wish you could. I wish you could just snuggle her. She probably would love it. I know you can't, but I wish you could. Oh. Yeah, if you haven't checked out Rita's channel, she does have some videos out where she has her new little friend there to show. Hmm. Oh, yes, they do need snuggles. They need it so much. Um, you should be careful, Rita. Rita's also allergic to cats, so that's problematic. I do want to put this, let me see. I'm going to change this here. So if you are new here and you don't know, my son, who is here now, has told me, hi, Sandrine, welcome in, has said for a long time that he doesn't think that I can make it to 1K because no one cares about yarn. It's just not really important. So he said that if I ever manage to make it to 1K, that he will be my 1,000th subscriber. So I know I'm close. Last time I looked, I don't remember. I'm at 892, so I have dropped a little. But yes, good. Anything that you can do to help with that, whether it's a shout out on your community tab, or sharing on your household accounts, or I don't know, anything that you can do to get me up there. He does leave August 1st. So by my next live, which it seems kind of impossible at this point, but by my next live, I would love it if I could be there. Yeah. He is not impressed. We've even seen them out in the stores here. But I I would love it if he had to sit right next to me and be on camera with me to make that, kind of, you're wrong. So, I mean, I'll get there when I get there. I just would love it if he could actually physically be sitting next to me, because when he goes back, he'll have so many other things going on. Especially with the start of the semester, and he's going to be doing marching bands. He got a job as an RA, a resident advisor on campus. So that will be another thing that's going to take up his time. Hopefully not a lot of his time, but it will take up some of his time. So I'm not sure how we'd be able to coordinate, him getting, I mean, we could do StreamYard. That's not the problem, but it would just be coordinating the time, because it'll be a 6-hour difference. And, the only day that he would really have would be a Sunday, because games are on Saturdays for marching band, and then classes, every day, all week long. So the only day he would have would be Sunday, and that would be the day that he'd be doing his work as well. So, if possible, I would love to smash that before next Monday. That'd be amazing. But it is a significant amount of subscribers in a week. So, anything that you can do would be appreciated. I would say I'd do something big, and I might do something, but not anything really big, because I just had my podiversary in June, and I'm not really getting paid right now. So, try to have to be careful with what I'm doing giveaway wise and whatnot. So, but anyway, like I said, if you put it out there, that would be wonderful. I know that some of you that are here have done shout outs and tabs and posts and subscribed with all the things that you can. I also do, I know Nightbot's dropped it a couple times. I do have an Instagram and a Facebook group, Instagram account and a Facebook group. So if you'd like to join those things, I do want to do a little something if I manage to, reach different levels on Facebook. I have quite a few on Instagram. I think I have about 800 and something on Instagram. And then Nero has his own Instagram. And I try to post there as much as I can. But he is his own character. So if you get a chance to check any of those things out, they are linked by Nightbot, who can be helpful sometimes, who can also be a pain in the butt sometimes. So, that would be amazing. So I only have, hi Susanna, welcome in. I only have 2 more lives after this one. So I'll have the one right before my son leaves, which is July 31st. And then I'll have another one August 7th. And that'll be the last Monday before I go back to work. So if there's anything in particular you guys want to talk about or whatever, I finish work this Friday, so summer school will be over, so that'll be kind of nice. I'll have 2 weeks to get ready for work, essentially, get things in order, get back in a routine, maybe do some fun things with my daughter, because we're both going to be pretty sad. I know we will. But, that's how it goes. That's how it goes. We have been trying to do some fun things. I have lots and lots of board games. I love board games, specifically Monopoly. One day, hey, Sandy, welcome in. Good to see you. All right, Perp, we'll be here. One day maybe I'll do, if anybody's interested, I don't know if anybody's interested, maybe I'll do a video on all of the versions of Monopoly I have. It's not yarny, but it's something about me. But we do have a lot of games, and I try to play them with my daughter when I can, and she likes to do things like movie night and game night. And it's nice when we have somebody else here, especially, like my son, so that it's not just the two of us playing the games together. But I do try to get things that we can play, even if it's just two people. Yes, so 2 before you leave for Sweden. And you'll be gone for 2 weeks, Rita? Back to Sweden, right? Or is it longer? I forget. I don't have that many. I just have, I have a whole shelf over there, but it's full. Plus, I have some things that won't fit on there because we do have some puzzles and a couple of other things. Yes, I like Scrabble too. My daughter's first grade teacher gave her a "Hey Moo! Yay! I'm so glad you made it. Welcome in." Her first grade teacher gave her a junior Scrabble, and then we also have like a little kids version of Monopoly. And it's like level 1 and level 2. And like level 1, it's just like food. So you can buy like pizza and cupcakes and cookies and that kind of stuff. And then level 2, you play with 1s and 5s. So you kind of start playing with money. You buy things like a park and a zoo and something like that. And then I have one that's Italian Monopoly, like I don't know. Maybe I'll do a video on it if anybody's interested. If you're interested, let me know, and I'll do a Monopoly video. And I could do a whole board game video, but I don't know how interesting that would be. And it would be long. Maybe I can just do them specific by type or something. Oh, okay. All right. If you don't get one changed. So if you are just coming in, the thing scrolling across the bottom, my son has, for a little while, been telling me that yarn is not important. Nobody cares. And he says that if I could ever make it to 1K, that he will be my 1,000th subscriber. So if I make it to 999, he will be my 1,000th subscriber and go live with me. So ideally, I'd like for that to happen before he leaves, which is next week. Because we've been saying this for a little while. Lots of people shout me out. So if we could get there, that'd be wonderful. Because I definitely know how amazing this community is. And I think that, he needs to know that. And I think that's just the mark. Once you reach that number, it's like, yeah, there's lots of people that are watching you and keeping their eye on you. Yeah. Yeah. You know what we could do? He'd probably get really upset. We could start sending crochet items to his dorm. Or knitted items, crochet or knit items. Oh, he'll still subscribe. If I make it to 1K, he'll subscribe. Like if I manage to get there before, he'll still subscribe. If I hit, because we talked about that, I was like, well, what if I get there and I don't make it? You don't make it to actually be 1K. And he was like, I'll still subscribe because you made it to the mark, Mom. And I was like, okay. Yeah, it's fine. But I do definitely want him to go live with me. He needs to, I really, really wish that he would be sitting right next to me, but we'll see. Well, he'll be in America by then. So, I would, he wouldn't send them to me. He wouldn't send them to me. I'd like to, send him some hats and some scarves and some, absolutely, Rita, do it. Sparkly ones. Oh, man. Yeah, you could pass them out to all of the marching band people. That'd be great, Perp. But confuse him and send him ones in UK and in US terms. Oh, that would be hilarious. That would be hilarious. He'd be so mad at me. He'd be so mad. He would be. He would be really, really mad at me. My daughter was going to come over here, and she knows she doesn't need to be on camera. I'm not. She's little. She doesn't need to be on camera. Sometimes if I'm doing video chats with my friends, she'll she'll come and sit with me. But if I'm on a live, I don't want her, or, recording a video or something, I don't want her on with me. Yes, banana socks fit everyone. Yeah. Make him some tube socks. He might actually wear those because nobody would see them, especially if he wore them like in his dorm room or something. They were comfy socks. He'd wear them. But I just think it'd be funny. Yeah, green with gold glitter. Oh yeah, sparkle him right up. And then make him do his jazz hands while he's at it. That would be awesome. That would be awesome. Hey, Elaine! It's so good to see you. How are you, my friend? I'm so excited you're here. How was your weekend? Have you started anything? Have you finished anything? And that goes for anyone who's just come in. Or did you work on something, make progress on something? I don't know. I know, Elaine, you're doing the tile of the week with Sam and Mike. So hopefully you've got to start on that, or you finished it. I don't know. Yeah. We were just talking about bombarding my son with knit and crochet items because he doesn't think that knitting and crocheting are important or like it's significant. He doesn't think it doesn't mean anything, Mom. So we were just talking about bombarding him with items, but useful items so that he can, dispense them. They don't just, end up in a bin or something. Ooh, awesome. Yeah, I have my 3 in glasses cow right here. Hey, Sherry, welcome in. Good to see you. Glad you made it. Oh, no. I'm sorry. Yeah, I know. I've said before, knitting is something I've not learned yet. You say hi to Nightbot. Nightbot's going to say hi right back to you again. The words hi, hello. I don't know if hey is in there, but I know hi and hello are. Ah, it is. Welcome in, Cindy. No worries. Don't worry at all. And then what did Maureen last week said howdy. And Nightbot did not say hello there because I haven't put howdy in there as a greeting, but I will. Hi, Amy. Oh, I miss you all so much. Been lurking while making lunch for the kids. Ooh, what are they having for lunch today? Miss Amy runs a daycare. She's magic lady. So this is so much patience. I mean, I'm a teacher, but daycare is a whole different world than teaching. Yes, I did that actually with this cow. I'll show you because I had my clover hook in here and I took it out. And was like, okay, well, I'm just gonna put it with my other stuff, my other clover hooks. And so where am I? Where am I? I'm right here. No, I'm not. I lied. I'm down here. Okay. This row of baubles, not the top one, but this one. I had done the row before it, and I was ready to start on these baubles. And I couldn't remember what hook I had used. I knew that I had gone up from the hook that was recommended on the pattern because I'm using a 3-weight yarn. And the pattern calls for like a 1-weight yarn. And yeah, no, don't have any of that, but not enough to make the shawl. So I picked up my 5.5 because that's what I'd normally use. And the baubles are way too big. I just left them there though. I mean, if I hold it back, you can't really tell the difference. So, because it's just a 0.5 millimeter, right? Because I was using a 5 instead of a 5.5. So I just went back to using the 5 millimeter. Yep. Okay, bye, Sherry. Say hi to your niece. I know I missed some stuff. Where'd it go? Oh, okay. Awesome. English muffin pizzas, cucumber, strawberry, string cheese, and milk. I would eat all of that except for the strawberries. Sounds yummy. I'm sure that you'll figure it out, Rita. She says, I hope my head will be screwed on correct tomorrow so I can make the last bag for Moo. Oh, perp. I understand. Not everybody is fit to do everything. I prefer to be in a room with larger, like older kids, but I am in elementary right now. And I mean, it's a different world. It really is. And I think that if I was a teacher with my own class in an elementary school, it would be really hard for me. But being a specialist in an elementary school, I get to go to different classes and do different things, and that is helpful for me. So, yes. Stitch markers with the hook sizes on them. That would be great. I have some somewhere. Oh, yes. And when you say goodbye, Nightbot drops my ending phrase, right? Oh, welcome in, Amanda. I'm so glad you're here. It's lunchtime. It's a late lunch. You're a little late for lunch. So right now, Perp, I work with elementary. So the school that I work in has a pre-K program. So anywhere from like 4-ish all the way up to 10, 11, which is 5th grade. 12, I mean, just depending on their birthdays and such. But so that's the range. But for years, oh my goodness, Nightbot, stop. It's going to yell at you too, I think, Manda. When I started teaching, I taught high school English, like literature and grammar, not the language. Yes, primary. Yeah. So, but I was teaching, so in ninth grade, kids are like 14, 15, all the way to like 18, 19. That was my area. And that's incidentally what I'm teaching in summer school. I'm teaching high school English. And I love it. I do. It kind of keeps me in that loop of what's going on, and gives me that high school interaction time. I understand. But I was saying late for your lunch, not necessarily that you missed the live. I mean, I'm glad that you're here. Anyway, what I mean to say is, I'm sorry that your lunch is late. Oh no! When did that happen, Rita? That happened today. Said, I'm so glad the coffee did not stain your project. Or is that when you spilled it the other day? I don't remember. So yes, now I'm not even using a clover on this anymore. I'm using a tulip. I did a review on those. I got a surprise happy mail, and I took those with me on my trip, and now that's what I'm using. Okay. That's what I thought. I was like, I don't remember I spilled anything recently, except for just the other day. Did she say DM? I think is what she said, and that's a district manager. And quarterly chat is like just like an update sort of situation. Or no, she said DS. I don't know what DS is. I know DM is district manager, and quarterly chat is like, what are the numbers looking like? What's this? What's that? Depending on what department you're in, the numbers can be different. Okay. They're good. They're good. I'll have them right here. This is the one I'm using, the 5mm. Department supervisor. Okay. I mean, I like them fine. They're they're good. They're good hooks. I don't have anything. I mean, I would say they're about equal to a clover. I'm not struggling with them. I'm not upset with, they're not like messing up my project or anything. So, I mean, I've done 1, 2, 3, 4 rows with them. And then all of the stuff that I did, I showed it on my last live. I did washcloth and a spa set with this when I was on my trip. So, because I took this set with me because it's actually a really good little travel set, because I have my case with my clovers in it, and it's just a bigger zipper case. So it just takes up a little bit more room than this does. But in that zipper case, I can fit snips, stitch marker holder. I can fit all of that. And I can't fit all of that in here. So I have to carry it separately. But if I'm carrying a project bag anyway, it doesn't really make too much of a difference. Well, Sarah, we'll see how I like those at some point. Yeah. I did get some in Happy Mail, and they should be coming. The video should be coming out soon. Not sure exactly when, but it should be coming out soon. So But I haven't tried them yet. I just got them the other day. Last week. Yeah. My internet has been absolutely insane. Was trying to post videos last week. I had a video up Monday, and I had recorded videos, and then I got my migraine, and then I was trying to upload videos even with my migraine, and of course that made my migraine worse. But also my internet was really slow, and they didn't get uploaded. Because I try to have Monday, Wednesday, Friday. I can't do daily content. I don't crochet enough, fast enough. And with me going back to work, I definitely won't be crocheting fast enough. And then yeah, I'm tired. Just to be honest, I'm tired. So I am just, I don't want to get overwhelmed. And so I do try to put out Monday, Wednesday, Friday. Longer handle. Oh, okay. Well, we'll see when I try them. Ooh, is that from your mom? Is that from your mom? Okay. Her things. Oh no. I hate it when that happens. That happened to me a couple of times. I was going to appointments or something, and then I thought I grabbed everything, and then there was no hook. So a couple of times when my daughter was in dance, or I was waiting for something or another, I would just be like, I was all ready to crochet. I was excited. I'd be like, yeah, I get a whole hour. No, because I don't have any. I've thought about having, like, I know this may not be crazy to you all, but like in my brain, it's like I'm gonna lose something at some point. But like, should I just have a set that I keep in the car? Like a spare tire, a spare set of hooks. Like, I don't know. Oh, well, that's cool. I mean, at least, you have them, and there'll be things in there that I'm sure you'll absolutely love. I understand, Amy. I really do. I really do. Yes, Rita, do put out content. You know what I think would be interesting, Rita, is if you did some, like, just not even talking, like, while you're sewing, but if you just did some, like, ASMR, like, sewing kind of videos. So where it's just the sound of sewing. Just like the running of the machine and the cutting of the scissors and just, you don't even talk about what you're doing. You don't tell anybody what you're doing. Just, craft, kind of a craft with me kind of video. People do crochet and chat. You could do just a sewing video. You don't have to talk, unless you want to, but you don't have to. I think that'd be kind of cool. I'd watch it. Well, yeah, I mean, just to be, because some people really like the background noise of noise. And some people really like that, just the ASMR, just the sounds, Yeah, no, I get it. I get it. I did 6 videos, I think, and one of them finally came out today. It is exciting. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Because I know right now you have lots of people with your brother and your mom and your dad and everybody. That would be cool. And that would, require like having it all in one spot and not switching devices and stuff. But yeah, that'd be cool. But I know there are lots of people who do like ASMR videos, not just crochet, but they just do ASMR, and then they're really popular. People just some people just like having things going on in the background. Like my mom, I do not understand. One, because of the electricity, and two, because just of the like she'll turn the TV on. She won't even be watching TV. She won't even be watching TV. And she's not even listening to it most of the time. It's not even listening to it. Like she'll go in the living room, turn the TV on, and then go upstairs and take a shower. Why? Well, I like having the noise. You can't even hear it. You're all the way upstairs. I don't get it. I don't. Do not understand. Hey, are you leaving? Or leaving? Yeah. I don't understand. And it's not for me to understand. I just like here it would be really expensive to do something like that. Like to just leave the TV running all the time, especially my TV, because I have my American TV, and so I have to have it on a transformer. And the transformer, okay, bye, Angela. Bye. Ciao, Bella. The transformer pulls a lot of electricity. So the only things that I have on the transformer are my TV and then my Keurig. My TV, because I didn't see the point in buying a whole new TV when this one works just fine. I just needed the transformer for the voltage conversion. And then my Keurig, because I only drink 1 cup of coffee a day. So I don't need a lot of coffee. And so I didn't want to buy a whole coffee pot. And I don't need a fancy coffee machine that does like espressos and this and that, whatever. Like I used to have an espresso machine or whatever, or like a cappuccino maker. It had a little frother on it and it got broken. So va bene. But I just make the 1 cup a day. And so when my Keurig, knock on wood, it doesn't go out anytime soon, but if it goes out, then I will get something. They have a version here that's kind of like that. So, but I unplug those the minute I'm done with them, Yeah, my mom used to do that. Now I wouldn't mind like talk radio. I really miss NPR. And I have the NPR One app, but it's just not the same. I do like talk radio sometimes. They have podcasts that I like. Like one of my favorite ones is Hidden Brain. Love Hidden Brain. It's a good NPR one. Leaves it on for her animals. Do you know? I might cry. I really might cry. My Sophia, she loved, at one time, Amazon Prime had a section called Cat TV. And I don't know if they did away with it or they charge for it now or something. I tried to pull it up for Nero and it just wasn't the same. But there was one particular show that Sophia really, really liked. It was this guy. He was British, and there was this, I want to say it was a creek by where he lived, and he would film the changes that happened, right? And so he did this whole documentary thing. And I I would play it for her sometimes, like, because I was working from home during COVID, and I don't watch TV. But she was getting older and she couldn't really like jump up and like look out the window or whatever. So she would lay on the carpet in front of the, in the living room, and I would turn that on for her. And it had chipmunks and squirrels and birds and this and that. And she would just lay there. And if I turned it off, she'd like, she was so upset with me, right? So I knew that she liked it. And I remember when I took her to the emergency vet and they told me that she wasn't going to make it, that's what I put on for her. And they were giving me such funny looks. But like, she calmed down. Like when I turned it on, she calmed down and she just kind of like started purring in my arms and she was so happy. So yeah, I get that. Definitely get that. Yes. If everyone was playing their own things, like my son's in there now in his room, my daughter's upstairs. But we do try during the day, like when it's really, really hot, we're all kind of in one room. My daughter has her headphones on. I'm usually just like working. And if my son has the TV on, but if we were all playing out loud, nobody would hear anything. It'd be chaos. Yeah. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. Sorry, it took me a minute. A Stitch in Time by Lisa. Welcome. Radio on for our dog. Yeah. They say that. They say that it works for some animals. Yes. We had where was I? Oh, I was at an oral surgeon. I had to have a root canal. And when you're laying there and they had this like babbling brook thing, and I was like, do you have anything else? And it was before like he shot my mouth up with all this stuff. Oh, Elephant Stampede. Awesome. Hey, Nancy, welcome in. Hey, Carrie, welcome in. But like when I was growing up, my this one. My mom, when she was potty training me, she would turn on the water, right? And so if I'm laying there and you're about to do a procedure on my mouth, I don't need running water. I'm not going to be still, right? I was like, if you have like birds or like what, just not running water. And he knew. He looked at me and he goes, potty training tactic? And I was like, yes, my mother when I was little. And he was like, gotcha. And so he just changed it, no problem. But yes. Yeah. And I could not even have to go. I knew I was going to get emotional with thinking about Sophie. I can even not, I don't even have to go, but like if I listen to it long enough, I'm like, nah, nope. So it was not, they changed it. It was fine, but it was like a whole nature scene up there. And I know when we were in the States and my daughter would go to the dentist, they would have kids movies playing, like at the pediatric dentist. They would have it all up. Whatever they had, they just had it on loop or whatever movies they would play. They would have it going. So yeah, that was interesting. But I know that it made her happy. I tried it with Nero. I found some like nature shows, but he was a little bit more aggressive, and I didn't need him knocking over the television. He's actually downstairs, I think. So I think he may not visit us today. I know he did visit us last time. I know in one of my videos he shows up. He comes up and says hello to everyone. It's different animals that teach you different things. I don't know how many different pets you all have had. I mean, I've had, growing up, I had several, but just me owning my own pets. I've had 1, 2, 3 cats and a dog. The dog was technically my son's, but I was the adult in the house, so I'm the one that bought the food and all those things. And then I've taken care of other people's dogs over time. Just, taking them in if they had to go on vacation or whatever. Or if there were a couple of my friends where I would take their dog while they were moving. So transitioning from one place to another, because they might have to stay in a hotel or something for a little while. They couldn't have the dog, and I had a yard. So I would hold the dog for, a couple of days. And I had one friend who was super great, would come over, walk the dog, do all. Like, I just had to make sure that I, fed the dog, basically. But most people were like, oh, you have a yard, the dog can run, or, if you don't mind taking it for a walk or whatever. Okay. Oh, yes, don't forget the thummies. I don't know how many thummies I have. I have no idea. No idea. 17. There's 17 so far. And right now there are 14 people in the house. So that's awesome. I know at one point there were 16 people. Oh, now there's 13 people. Well, yeah. So how many pets have you had? Or do you have things that that they love that maybe people thought were a little different? Like, for example, Nero likes to go for walks on a leash. And most people look at me funny when I take him for a walk. But right now I try to do it a couple times a week. Oh, excuse me. It's really hot outside. And I don't want to have to put him in the heat if I don't have to. So I did have a cat, Merlin, who liked to be in the shower with me, and he liked to be in the freezer, which was really weird. Like, imagine trying to go to get something to cook for dinner, and you open the freezer and you have to stick your arm out so that your cat doesn't jump in it. Oh, I'm sorry, Amanda. Maybe you'll get some good sleep tonight. That's what we're going to focus on. You're going to have great sleep tonight. Oh, no. My sister had a dozen tree frogs in a terrarium, but they got out and never. Oh, no. Did you have any other animals at the time? Dogs or cats or anything? Because that might be where some of them ended up. Just saying. That would be awful. My daughter likes to catch frogs. When we were in North Carolina, right around springtime, like when it would start to be spring, it would be, yeah, cats. That's where they went. That's where they went. Whether cats hunted or not, I'm sure that's where they went. But when it started to get really rainy, all the frogs would come out, and there'd be these itty frogs, and then there'd be some bigger ones. And she had this little bug catcher kind of thing. You catch lightning bugs or whatever. And she would, I swear at one point she had like 20 frogs in there. And I was like, you have to take those out. You have to set them free. And she was like, they're my friends. And I was like, your friends need to be free. Like, they can't all stay in there. But she did, man. She had the best time catching all those frogs. And they were too beady. They were so little. You had a dog that liked to chew on your hair. Ah, were you little or were you an adult? That is interesting. Was it just your hair or like people in general? Specific to you? Or just, all people? Rabbit birds. Oh, that's awesome. Oh, when you were little, Elaine? Yes, that's what I'm thinking too, Moo. You're going to be so tired, Amanda. You'll have great sleep. That's what we're going to speak it into existence. You're going to have amazing sleep tonight. And you'll wake up and feel amazing tomorrow. Yep. That's what I think. That's what I think. I had some pretty smart dogs growing up. When we moved, when my mom and my stepdad got like their own land or whatever. Your cousin's dog. She always chewed on her hair. Oh, okay. Interesting. I was gonna say if it was just your hair, then maybe it was like a scent or something, unique to you. But I don't know. Maybe it's just a weird thing for the dog. We had several dogs growing up, and one of them was my dog, and she was black lab blue heeler mix. So she was purple with black spots. She was super smart, very loyal. To this day, it's still hard for me to have a dog because of how amazing she was. But she was just awesome. I mean, learned things so fast. She was so protective, and not in a mean way, but like she was very protective of me. More so than the other dogs. I mean, I think she kind of like told them all, but I was very, 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 very sad when she passed. I was in college. No, I lied. I was in high school. But I was at a boarding school that I put myself in. Yeah. So I was at a boarding school, and my mom called me and told me that she had been hit by a car, and I was very sad. But we lived in the country, and so they would regularly go traipsing off through the woods, and little shortcuts that would lead to the road or whatever, and people would drive crazy down some of those roads, back roads and whatnot, and they think, oh, the cops don't come here often, we'll speed and do stupid stuff. Yeah, it wasn't fun. It will, Amanda, it will. We're just we don't talk like that. It's gonna happen. Period. It's gonna happen. That's how it is. Hold on just 1 second, you guys. Okay. We've always had animals growing up. Yeah. 2. Yeah. Yeah. Some of the hypoallergenic ones, that'd be cool. I should be okay now. Am I okay now? Yeah, I was talking to my daughter, so I know it looked like I was reading the screen, but I was talking to her. Can you hear me okay now? Hello. Hello, hello, hello. Okay. Okay. Make sure you brush your teeth and wash your hands, okay? Yep. And we just, you know how, I don't know if all of you have Facebook, but sometimes Facebook will do like those Facebook memory things. And right around my son's birthday one year is when we got, the dog's name was Sushi at the time, but my son renamed him Samurai. And while he was here recently, we got the reminder of when we got him. And it was, he was 3 years old when we got him. And it was like 9 years ago. So, or 8 years ago. So he's getting up there. But I'll tell you what, even though he's not with us anymore, like he's with my mom, because when we moved to North Carolina, we had a rental property and we could only have specific number of pets. So we had to make decisions. And my mom agreed to take Samurai for us. But if you ask him, even now, and we were in North Carolina almost 4 years, and then here. So you can ask him now. You can say, "Where's Kobe? Where's Kobe?" And he will get up and start looking for my son nonstop. I mean, you have to be like, okay, lay down, calm down. But he will look and look and look and look and look and look and look. And when my son goes to my mom's house for any kind of like holiday or to visit or whatever, that's his dog all over again. Doesn't matter. That's his dog all over again. So it is amazing how animals can be just so attached. You know, you hear those stories of animals traveling hundreds of miles to get back to their owner, or, you know, somebody who helped take care of them when they were a tiny little animal or baby, you know, they come back years later and still remember them. You know, I think that's pretty cool. Because there's all these research that say that animals have, you know, a certain length of memory or whatever, but I think that lots of animals have short-term and long-term memory just like we do. I mean, they're mammals, so they should. Hey, Sarah Nicole, welcome in. Congratulations on Butters being better, her puppy dog. We're just talking about animals. But, you know, I mean, all mammals, I think, may not be the same length, but I mean, they have long-term and short-term memories too. Maybe not a goldfish, but maybe not a goldfish, but they're not a mammal. So, yes, I love that movie. I love it. I like the first one better than the sequel, but I like Sally Fields though. I just, as an actress, I love her. And with that little sassy cat, she was that little sassy cat. If you don't know Homeward Bound, it's a movie about 3 animals. There's 2 dogs and a cat. And they get left and they have to go and find their owners. And they definitely have some adventures. There's a golden retriever and a little like boxer kind of dog. And then Sassy Cat is I can't remember if it's like a Siamese or like a Himalayan, but big fluffy cat. Oh my goodness. But yeah, Sally Fields is the voice of the cat, and her name is Sassy, and she definitely is that. Yeah. You know, it's I don't know. Sorry, nothing to do with yarn, but definitely an interesting topic. So, if you're still here, Sarah, can you give us an update on your doggy? If you have a moment, would love to hear some details. How your puppy's doing? Oh, wow, an hour and a half already. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, it'll get you. It'll get you. Yeah, it's it's a powerful movie. It's one of the first like live action animal kind of movies that I saw. You know, like where the animals were talking, you know, where they had voices. Because, you know, other times there's movies where you have animals in them and or even TV shows. Like, I mean, Lassie never said anything. But you know, there were other ones, but the animals didn't talk necessarily. Aw, okay, Amanda. We'll see you later. Aw. That's okay, though. Okay, bye, Moo. Take care. Take care, take care. Yeah, my daughter has an appointment, so whenever I finish up here, I gotta get her ready. And then we have to get up and oh, I know. I know. We have to get everything taken care of for because there's a lot we have to do on base tomorrow. Oh no, wait, hold on. He's found his bark again. He's starting to play, takes his meds. Oh, awesome. He's eating. That's good. That's good. Yeah, bye, Moo. We love you. We love you, Moo. Take care. She had a long day at work. Moo did. Long day at work. Oh, yay! Yeah, my mom gets her dog's hair cut. She always has. She's had several dogs, little dogs, like in the house dogs. Because growing up, we had inside dogs and outside dogs, and she always the inside dogs. She would always take them to get groomed and whatnot. Especially in the summertime. It get hot, the hot. Ugh. But that's Florida for you, though. Honestly, like, I mean, I can remember times when I was in Florida, it rained every single day. Every single day. Now, it might only rain for like 20, 30 minutes, but it rained every day. Yes, I will pick up my packages. I don't know if that's going to be the first thing I do or the last thing I do. I don't know. Me, I have packages I need to pick up. Oh, hello. Welcome in another yarn. Oh, I appreciate it so much. Yes, thank you, Shannon. Thank you. Yes, thumbs up are appreciated. Ooh, they're 23 now. And I only have 2 more lives before I start back to work. So it'll be kind of sad. Yes, we do hope it's from Rita, one of them. I know I have more than one. But I also ordered my daughter's school supplies. For some reason, this year during Prime Day deals, which were July 11th and 12th, they had a lot of school supplies on sale. And the base here is really small. And so the exchange doesn't have a whole lot of stuff. And, if every single person, there's like 400 elementary school students. And if they're all trying to buy school supplies, I do not want to be trying to fight 400 other parents, much less middle school, high school. I don't want to be a part of that. Yes, we definitely hope it is from Rita. Because I know only some of my Amazon packages have come in. My nose itches, you guys. I'm sorry. Oh, Bridget, yay! I was talking about you earlier. Ears must be burning. I don't want to fight everybody for it. So I ordered them and they were on sale. Some of it was like bulk items. Like, I don't need 42 dry erase markers. But I think she only needs like 5. But the teacher can use them in her classroom. I can just give her the whole box. Or, I can keep them for my classroom. I could use them. Me too. Yes, Bridget, I was talking about you earlier. I was talking about your ceremony that you have coming up. Rita was talking about making flowers for a blanket, and I was saying that I'm going to be making some flowers soon because you asked for some for your celebration. So if you don't know Bridget down there, you can go check her out. And she is asking for flowers for her wedding ceremony. Lilies specifically, but I did say, Bridget, that I think that you would welcome any flower. And your favorite color is pink. But, there's that. Everyone's saying hello to Bridget. Whoa, hold on, wait a minute. Where'd you go? You left. No, go back. Yeah, I know. So the thing is, I learned when I sent the package for Sam's son Max for his birthday, packages from here, or if you mail something, and anyone, not you specifically, but if you mail something to my FPO, to my PO box on base, right? It goes to the States before it comes here. Even though there is a distribution center in Rome, it goes all the way to the States first, gets processed through there, and then comes back out. So I'm like, that is ridiculous. Yes, I was right. So if you would like to send Bridget some flowers, and I know she's gone, but Crafty Moo Sarah has Moo's Flower Power Cow going on. So if you make flowers for Bridget, you can also send them to Moo as part of the cow, or Mal if you knit them. You don't have to crochet them, but whatever, you can do it, and you can send them to Bridget, and then send your pictures to Moo, and you got them both. And if you do it out of your stash, right? Bridget has, I don't remember the name of it. Is it Shop My Stash? Something stash. I don't remember, Bridget. I'm sorry. But she has something where you use your stash and you can send it to her by the 4th of the month, I think. Correct me, Bridget, if I'm wrong, please. Stash Down 2023. Something. I want to say Stash Dive, but then it's like triple. It's like boom, 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 right? So, lots of things. Just one little flower can give you all those things. So, I do watch videos. I do pay attention. It's hard sometimes because there's so many people that I love to watch. And I know that Amanda has been running my playlist because she gives me a rainbow heart on some of my videos. Stash Down 2023. So she doesn't always leave like words as a comment, but she'll leave a rainbow heart, like a set of hearts in rainbow order on a comment. Because she's been running my playlist to help me with my watch hours. Because if I get to 1K, right, and then I have the watch hours, I don't know how many I have. Maybe I can look. I don't know. Oh my goodness. I don't know what my computer's doing. Something crazy. Here we go. Let's see. How many do I have? How many? I have 1,634 watch hours. Yeah. Yes. Yeah. I have about 1,600 hours. Rita. It is recording and putting out content and then watching other people. Oh, thanks, Rita. Oh, wait, no, go back. Hi, Zach. Oh, thank you so much. Welcome in, Zach. It's good to see you. Yeah, I try to watch videos as soon as they come out, but sometimes I will binge people's channels. Like I'll go, if I know that there's somebody, I'm like, I haven't watched their channel in a while, so I'll go back and watch like 4 videos that I've missed or something. I try, and I try to leave some sort of comment, but if I don't leave a comment, then I definitely always leave my thummy thumb so that we have that going. Ooh, I have 24 now. 24 thumbs. Well, I actually only have 2 thumbs, but there's 24 thumbs on my video, my live. Yeah, that was corny. I know. It's okay. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. That was a bad joke. Remember, people will put like posts, be like, who has 2 thumbs and just did blah, 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 this person, right? I don't know if you've ever seen those. It's kind of funny. But yes, I do have my videos. I have all my lives in one playlist, and then I have all of my videos in one playlist. I mean, they're all in separate, like, yarn hauls or works and whatever, this, that, whatever. But I also have them all in one playlist. So if you are so inclined, you can do that, but you don't have to. Yes. I also have people that do lives. I have them running because lives are hour longer, so it helps with hours quickly. Yes. So like there are 13 people in here. Oh, no worries, Vicky. No worries at all. And we're still here, so you're not late. I definitely understand, Bridget. I definitely understand. Show. I'm trying to click. I lost it. It went out. It went out the window. Oh yes, live. So there are 13 people. 14 now. So if everyone watches for 30 minutes, right, then that multiplies the number of hours. And then if people watch it in the replay that didn't watch it in the, while it was live, that also adds to it. So I know that lives are a great way to get watch hours, but unfortunately, once I go back to work, it's just not in my schedule. Yes, I did learn that, which is why I put everything in one playlist, because I do have separate playlists for different contents. Because some people just want to go and watch this or that or the other, but people can run the playlist a lot easier if it's all in one. Oh, bye, Amanda. Bye, Amanda. Get some rest. We love you. Bye. Love you. Yes, I understand that, Zach. I definitely understand. That's why in the next 6 videos of mine, you'll see one outfit because I recorded 6 videos in one day. I think that contributed to my migraine, just to be fair. But yeah, so that was interesting. And but I know the feeling. It is, like Bridget said, it's like 2 full-time jobs. You put out content and you have to watch other people's content and like and share and all those other things. It's a lot. It's a lot. And if you work on top of it, like anything, like I know animals, Bridget has tons of animals and she spins and, she has other people in her life that she's responsible for. So, all of those are jobs. Yes. Yeah. I have my American phone that it's just connected on Wi-Fi. So I can play things on that. And then sometimes I'll leave my laptop on running. Bridget is awesome. She's amazing. It's magic that I don't have. To be fair, lots of people have magic that I don't have, but the knitting magic and sewing magic and all the other crafty magics that I don't have. Well, you deserve it, Bridget. Deserve it. Oh, man. I looked up and it was an hour and a half, and now it's almost 2 hours. Goodness gracious me. Thank you, Zach. I appreciate it. I'm awesomely tired is what I am. But, I do try. We have, yeah. Well, I never would have. So I remember when I first started my channel, I never even cared. I wanted to get a community tab. I wanted that. Like I wanted to hit that 500 mark because that you get to share so many other things and share people out, and it's that added side to your channel. But I clearly remember I don't necessarily care if I hit 1K. I don't care if I you know, that's not a goal. The only reason that I want to get there is because my son says I can't get there. He says that it's just not enough people like yarn or whatever. It's just not important. So, um, I think that was like, oh yeah, really? You think so? Oh yeah. Well, I'm gonna prove you wrong, Mr. Pants. So that's the only thing that because I mean, I was happy to just mind my business and just keep growing as slowly or as quickly as whatever happens. Yes, definitely does. But then he had to go and taunt me like that. So I don't know, because they're fun. They're fun to listen to. Doesn't matter what season it is. I remember there was one school I worked at, and I'd get to work early because I would have to drop my daughter off at daycare. And so if I had to drop her off, and then I'd get to work. And usually I was one of the only people there that early besides the custodian, right? And I'd be playing music, and I think it was like October or something, and I was playing Christmas music, and he comes into my room, and he was like, "What are you doing?" Like, what in the world are you doing? It's October. Bah humbug. I mean, he was just, he was not happy. He was like, it is not Christmas. And I was like, it's Christmas whenever you want it to be Christmas. This music makes me happy, so I'm playing it now. And I think it was in a playlist or something that I had from Amazon Music or whatever. And I just, I'm just playing it, And then when I knew that it bothered him, I would play, I intentionally made a Christmas playlist, and I would play it as loud as my computer would get it with my door open in the morning. I mean, I liked listening to it. It made me happy and it put me in a good mood. But and it never failed. Every time I played it, he'd come in and he would just, I mean, at one point he just got to where he just put his hand on his hip and be like, really? Really? What do you think you're doing? And I'd be like, irritating the crap out of you, I guess. But, it was all in fun. I think the first time he was surprised, but after that, he had been so over the top with it that, I mean, he just had to keep it going. So, because we would have a good laugh if we'd see each other out at the store or whatever. Or I remember one time I saw him in the grocery store. He didn't see me yet, and I started singing Christmas songs as loud as I could, and my kids were like, "What are you doing? What are you doing? This is embarrassing. Stop it." So I did. Oh, bye. Farewell, Sarah. Take care. But it was funny. It was so funny. I was just singing at the top of my lungs. And he kind of tilted his head to the side a little bit. And he turned around with this look on his face like, I knew it had to be you. It just had to be you. So, and I was like, yeah, hi, it's me. I'm the problem. It's me. It's me. Kay says, I always start listening to Christmas music in August to motivate me to start my shopping early. My grade school did huge Christmas programs and we started rehearsing. Yes. Now, my daughter's teacher this past year, she did music. And I guess they had started practicing like right about the time that we got here. They just started learning the songs because she did like a winter concert and like a spring concert. And the winter concert was full of all kinds of holiday songs, but not just Christmas songs. I mean, they did all kinds of songs. There was a Hanukkah song and a couple of Jewish songs. And so like my daughter would, I mean, she still to this day, she breaks out in dreidel, 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 I made it out of clay. And I know that song because I used to work at a Jewish daycare center. So when she started singing it and then I finished it, she looked at me like I was absolutely insane that I knew the song. But I was like, hey, you know. But yeah, they started practicing. I think right before we got here in October, they had started practicing. So it was, and then come springtime, she was singing a whole new set of songs. I mean, I think there were like 10 songs that they learned. And she does that for her class every year. So like, I know my daughter won't have her next year, but she'll do that with her new group of students, right? And they practice, I mean, not long, but they do it every day. And then they put on a little concert in their room. It's just a little classroom concert. I think before COVID, they used to do it in the gym. And maybe next year they'll do it in the gym. But this year they did it just in the classroom. And they had 2 different times because they could only have so many people in the in the room at one time. I think it was like 50 people. So if you had 25 kids, you would only have 25 parents. So they had to limit the number of people that could come. But, you know, they did it twice, which I thought was nice for the kids because then they got to sing it twice and then they would do it for other classes. And, you know, she still sings the songs. You know, she was just singing the dreidel song the other day. So I was like, oh, okay. She was like, sing it with me, Mom. You know it. I was like, yeah, I know it. So I know I usually do. I don't have to listen to Christmas music necessarily to do my shopping, but I usually do my Christmas shopping pretty early, even before I moved here, because I wanted to make sure that it was all done. And I used to, when I had lots of people, and I would have to buy for and wrap, because I love to wrap presents. Like I really, really enjoy it. It brings me a lot of joy to wrap presents, with the bows and everything. But I used to coordinate. So like 2 of my cousins, they have 4 kids each. So I would coordinate wrapping papers for families. So like, and so none of my presents would have tags on them. Right. So this set of wrapping paper was for this family and this set of wrapping paper was for this family. And then this was for this, you know, it's dwindled now. Like now I just will like send things on Amazon or cause I'm not close. I'm not in the same area to be able to like go over to the house and drop off presents. You know, so I try to do a little differently now, but I still love to wrap presents and people think I'm absolutely insane. But when we moved here and we were still in the hotel because we were in the hotel over Christmas, there was a family that was staying across the hall from us and they're obviously bigger than just my daughter and I. But she was like, oh, I have to wrap all these presents. And I was like, you want my help? She's like, no, there's so many. And I was like, but I will help you. And she was like, but you don't have to. And I was like, oh, but I want to. And she was like, no, you don't. And I was like, oh, yes, I do. I really do. Like, I really want to help you. I really do want to help you. And I was going. I was wrapping. And she was talking to me. And I was just going. And she was like, you really do like this, don't you? And I was like, yeah, I know. I really do. I really like wrapping presents. And I liked it before I had my kids, before anything. I really liked it. I liked it so much that I when I was in college, I got a job at one of the kiosks in the middle of the mall. So the town where I went to college, in the mall, they would have, there was a gift wrapping station. It wasn't just for Christmas. It was a gift wrapping station. And they would have things just for, different seasons. They would have wrapping paper for different seasons. And so you could get a birthday gift wrapped. You could get an anniversary gift. I mean, whatever. It didn't matter. And I loved working there. I was so sad when they closed it down. Just the kiosk itself, not necessarily the mall. It was a long time later that the mall had whatever. I think it's still a mall, but it's different stores and whatnot now. But anyway, I loved that job just because I love wrapping gifts. So, and then my mom will always tease me. She will give me my presents in paper bags, like, the little gift bags with tissue paper. Because I like to open wrapped presents as well. And so she'll be like, here you go. Here's your present. And I'll be like, well, wrap it. And she's like, nope, I sure didn't. And I'm like, oh. Because when I was able to go to her house for Christmas, right, I would be the one who would wrap the presents. Like, I would come Christmas Eve or like the day before or whatever, and I'd be the one who would wrap all the presents. And I'm not there now, so she gives it to me in a bag. My teacher from 1 to grade 6 always started the day with saying good morning to all of us. We're standing up and sang 2 to 3 songs before doing anything else. Cool. Awesome. Was it the same songs or were they different? Yeah, I can understand that. When you're little, and I know sometimes I'd get called in, like if a teacher had a meeting or something, I'd get called in and they would be like, okay, we'll just have them finish this and then do da 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 da. I'd be like, okay. And then the kids would be like, no, we always do this. And I'm like, well, guys, I'm sorry, your teacher didn't tell me like that. Like, I don't know where those, because sometimes it would be like games or whatever. I'd be like, I don't know where those supplies are. And they'd be like, well, we know. And I'd be like, well, she didn't say it. So let's just err on the side of caution and not do it this time. And then I'll talk to her and see if you can do double next time. Right. And usually the teachers will be like, oh, yeah, I'm so sorry, I forgot to tell you. Or, I've had a couple of teachers who'd be like, we do not do that until such and such time. And I'm glad you didn't let them do it. So whatever. But yeah, kids get into a routine and then they don't want it to change. I do too. I love it so much. I love it so much. It is fun for me. Like, I don't know that I would necessarily call it relaxing because I'm always losing the tape or the scissors, even though they should be right beside me. I'm always losing them. So it's a little frustrating, but I do genuinely love to wrap gifts. Oh, it was different songs. Okay. That's awesome. That's awesome. Yeah, I never had a teacher that really liked to sing like that. I didn't have. I mean, we would sing like in kindergarten and in first grade. We would sing songs, but like not anyone who was like enjoyed singing, or we had concerts or anything like that just for the class. We if we did any of that, it was like because we wanted to audition. That's what it was. We wanted to audition for a play or whatever. Well, I have hit my 2-hour mark, a little over actually, and that's okay. But I am going to get ready to go because it is 9 p.m. here. I know it's the same time where Rita is. and it's 8 p.m. if you're in the UK. I know it's a little bit earlier in the day if you're in the States, but I do have an appointment for my daughter in the morning, so I want to make sure that I get her down and we're able to get up in the morning without a fuss, because we're not on a regular schedule. Well, she's not. Yes, I enjoyed my job wrapping presents very, very much. Very, very much. So if you have not been here and you're just coming in, I'm so sorry that we're getting ready to go. But please, if you can help me get to 1K to prove my son wrong, I would greatly appreciate it, because this community is amazing. And I would love if I could hit it by next week so that he would have to sit right here with me. But he has said that he would be my 1,000th subscriber, or, if I got over 1K, he would subscribe and do a live with me. So even if he doesn't sit right next to me, we still have StreamYard, but I would love for him to be right here. That would be awesome. I do have a Facebook group. I do have Instagram. If you'd like to go and check those out. My cat, Nero, also has his own Instagram account. So if you'd like to go and check out his shenanigans, you can definitely do that as well. And I will be live next Monday and August 7th. Those will be my last 2 lives before I go back to work. Alrighty. So with that, I will bid you adieu, farewell, au revoir, all those goodbye things, right? As they say in Aristocats. And as always, be the change you wish to see in the world, everyone. Ciao bella.